It's the Line Makers on Sporting News, presented by Jack Daniels. Sunday night football, folks. It's the Line Makers on Sporting News. Dallas at Atlanta. Atlanta's 4.5. The total on the game is 47.5. If Kenny White was shocked that this game was 4.5, he might fall off his chair when I tell him they bet it down to 4.
I'm amazed. Just knowing where both of these teams are right now in the season. 7-0, the Atlanta Falcons, against a 3-4 Cowboy team who's been outscored 3.5 points per game so far on average this season.
Well, I mean, you're right. You got the 7-0 team. This will just tell you something about the game. You have the 7-0 team, a 4-point favorite over the 3-4 team on their home field. That being said, there's always Dallas money. We know that. They're a public team. They do have a top 10 offense. They do have a top 10 defense. They made some mistakes to end up 3-4. They turned it over 6 times last week, including Romo's 4 interceptions. I'm going back and forth on the game, but I will say this: NFC dogs. We talked about this last week, and although it hasn't been as strong as it was in the first 6 weeks, NFC dogs are still 37-13-1 against the spread when an NFC team's playing another NFC team.
All right, this is the halfway point of the season. Atlanta's unbeaten. Clearly, Dallas has to have this game. The problem is they can't seem to help themselves.
They find ways to lose, and there's something to be said for good teams find ways to win, bad teams find ways to lose. All that being said, you're getting 4, they could still lose by 3.
It's just such a bad team. In their last 4 games, they're 1-3, and Romo has thrown 5 touchdowns to 10 INTs over the last 4 games.
9 touchdowns, 13 interceptions.
And you're going against the Atlanta Falcons, who have a better offense, a better defense, and their coach is 16-10-2 ATS at home. He's close to 60% winning at home. This is one of the strongest home edges there are. The Atlanta Falcons know if they have any shot to get to the Super Bowl, the playoffs have to go through Atlanta.
Just the total real quick, Kenny, pace of play. We've talked about it on several occasions with this Falcons team. Capable of lighting it up. Big, quick strike offense. They hit Jones over the top for one last week. But when they get the lead, they are just as comfortable taking their foot off the pedal and burning clock.
Oh, they do it every time. They're a great over in the first half team and then under in the second half. And they're under at home. They're 16-11-1 under home the last 3+ years.
I'm thinking Kenny likes the Falcons in the game.
I love the Falcons. I think they're the best team in the NFL right now, and the way they're playing.
You gave me the numbers on Atlanta at home, but I kind of like this game over. I really do.
I was just going to say, might be a bookmaker's nightmare. It might be a little square ball, but might be favored in the over here. Sunday night game. Tino's parlays up for the Monday night game.
No, Brian, I think that's the way it looks. I'm not so sure about the side in the game, to be perfectly honest with you. I think it might be a close game. I don't really see Atlanta getting that big lead. It's a big game for Dallas, make no mistake. They play at Philadelphia next week. If they go in there 3-5, they're in trouble.
This line should never be 4. I think it closes 6.
We shall see. So, if you like the Falcons, get to the windows fast. It's Atlanta hosting the Dallas Cowboys. Sunday Night Football. For Kenny White, Rick Aaron, I'm Brian Blessing. Thank you for stopping by the Line Makers on Sporting News.